So this is the world that we like to live in, this idea of duplication. It's so exciting, the possibilities. You know? We've got, if we can just bring in a few who all bring in a few, who all bring in a few, who all bring in a few, we're going to get rich. This is amazing. I got to tell you, when I first started off in my career, it didn't work out for me the same way I heard about it in different studies. You know, here's what happened to me. Tell me if you've seen this training. Ready? Here's you. You've seen this one? Really? I thought I was the only one. And all you need to do, that's all you need to do, is bring in 5 people. Easy peasy. No problem. Bring in 5 people. Right? And what I found out is, if you make a decision, you can actually do that. Those of you who are watching at home, those of you who are watching here in the room, how many of you have done that? You've introduced 5 people in your business so far, or more. Okay, here's what I know about you. Most of you, at some point, just said, that's enough, I've had it, I'm going and getting 5. Right? It's just a decision. Say, I'm doing it. I'm sick of this. I'm going to make it happen. Either you got off to a quick start, or you wandered around for a while and said, enough with this, I'm going to go get 5. I'm not going home until I get 5. I'm not going to sleep on a mattress until I get 5. I'm not watching TV until I get 5. I'm getting 5. And it's really just a decision. Go to people, check this out. Here's what I got. You in or you out? Out, fine. Check this out. You see what I got? You in or you out? Fine. Right? Go to your best friend. You're getting in. Mom, you're signing up. What am I signing up for? Doesn't matter. I'll tell you later. Right? You make this decision. You go get these 5. And for me, it wasn't an easy process. I brought in some people right away, but they did nothing. They just laid there. You ever see those old vaudeville acts where they take a stick and they put a plate on the stick and they spin the plate on the stick? Have you ever seen that? That was what it was like. What's your name? Jennifer. I take Jennifer, you want to do this with me? She said, yeah, that'd be amazing. Oh, fantastic. This is going to be unbelievable. I got to get my 5 because I saw my training. So I got the stick, put Jennifer on the stick, spin Jennifer. Go, Jennifer, go. Right? Jennifer's spinning. This is awesome. Now I have a downline. Have you seen Jennifer? You're so cute. She's going to take over the world. She's the best. Yes, you are. Showing pictures of my down. Have I shown you my downline? You got a little family, right? You're like a proud parent. And you're spinning Jennifer. Like, okay, she's spinning. Spin her again. You should be using the product. Come to the meeting. Are you listening to the conference call? You going to come to the event? Are you ever going to spin yourself? Ever? They keep telling me about this freedom thing in network marketing, and all I'm doing is spinning you. So you finally just say, I got to have more than just Jennifer. I'm bored with Jennifer. So what's your name, sir? Billy. Billy? So I go get Billy. Billy, oh, finally a guy. I don't just had this girl in my group. I need to have some testosterone around here. Maybe that'll help. I get Billy up on the stick. Billy's going. I got Jennifer, Billy, Jennifer, Billy, Jennifer, Billy. Call him up in the morning. How's it going? Text him. How's it going? Spinning back and forth, right? And then I get the third one. Then I get the fourth one. Then I get the fifth one. I just did it because I decided I had to. You ever get one that spins hardly at all? You put them on a stick, you spin them, and they go, You know what I mean? It's like, come on. Did I miss? Nope. They're like, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Okay, guys. Welcome. Joe Anthony here. And that was Eric Worre doing a phenomenal, awesome rendition of how to create duplication in your network marketing business. So today I am bringing on another network marketer, Suzanne Elaine. Suzanne Elaine is up in Canada. Nice, balmy. What is it, Celsius or Fahrenheit? What should
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
we're both in Celsius and Fahrenheit, but for the American viewers, I'm sitting about 29 now in Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So I think I'm warmer than you.
Yeah, we're just slightly. Okay, well that's great. Well, we're both indoors at least. We're not. We don't have icicles, hanging from
Oh,
parts
thank goodness.
of our body. Well, it's great to have you here, Suzanne. I wanted to invite you today. I wanted to talk a little bit about duplication, the art of duplication, creating duplication. And I don't know if you were watching, but I just ran about 5 minutes of Eric Worre. Eric Worre is one of the top network marketers. And his little piece was comical. It was very funny because everybody, tells you just make a list of your friends and family. Just, you have people coming in and it's just get 5, just go out and get 5. And if you can get 5 and then they can get 5 and, and that is really what historically, traditionally, I remember my first couple of go-arounds with network marketing is what they told me, and they draw you little pictures and, you have a little circle and then you put a couple legs on it and then, okay, you put 5 legs and then you just, get 5 people, and it just never really works out that way. It just never does.
It's a bit of nonsense for sure.
Yeah. So what I had really looked at, and, this is 2020, with all the technology that we have. I mean, back in the day, I remember that people can even remember the name of the company, Amway. But there were companies back when Amway was just getting off the ground, and there were other companies that had started using a similar model that Amway was using in how to build a business, how to build really an organization. And if you think about it, corporate America, when you structure and you look at their structure and you look at how corporate America functions, it is not unlike a pyramid, right? Maybe it's you got the CEO at the top, and you got the COO and the CFO, and you got all the C levels at the very high top of the pyramid that nobody can make as much money as them. And then you structure that pyramid as you get lower and lower and lower. You've got the mass employees, right? Think of some big corporations like FedEx. You've got hundreds of AT&T, right? Just so many have this kind of model. Where you've got, up in the north. When I used to live up in Maine, a lot of the houses up there, because it would snow so much, you have these type of houses like the A-frame, what they're called, or A-frame houses, right? Because all the snow just kind of It's designed so that you don't have a flat roof. You have an A-frame roof so that the snow just melts down, right? So you don't,
A very
right?
steep pitch. Yeah.
Very, very steep pitch. Well, it kind of looks like a pyramid, I guess, if you wanted to look at that, an A. But today, in 2020 and, a few years ago, there were some companies coming up with really amazing compensation plans, and the matrix was set so that really it doesn't matter where you come in or who you come in under. It matters whether you work, whether you have activity. And that was really what was leveling the playing field of that, so-called pyramid, because obviously in a true pyramid, you go to work for a corporation unless you have connections, unless you use your nepotism or somehow pay off or buy your way up to replace the CEO, you will not ever make as much money as the CEO. It's just not going to happen
No.
working for that company. But in network marketing today, you can be removed 5, 6, 10, whatever levels from somebody who may have started last year, but you can come in and work your tail off and work correct and learn the art of duplication and actually earn more income than the person who might have sponsored you. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Because
That
of
is.
how we're leveling the playing field today. I just want to respond to a few people that have joined. Hey, Cindy, great to see you on here. Let me just say hi, Cindy. So we are talking today with, and if you have any questions out there, if you want to ask any questions, feel free. You can just comment on, if you go to YouTube, you will go to, or if you just click on, if you're seeing this on Facebook, you can type in your question if you have any questions for Suzanne or myself, and we can do our best to get you an answer to them. But it's basically kind of like a coffee time or tea time, just keeping warm. And we thought this would be a good.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's great.
With my Super S mug.
Right. I love it. Yeah. Can you see that mug, guys? That is
Want me to show it again?
Yeah, I don't think that's big enough. Yeah, I think.
No, hold on here.
Right.
You gotta love that, eh?
Need a little bit bigger mug there. So basically, what we were doing is we were sharing. Let me see if I can get a little bit of Eric Worre. Just cue him up again, because he makes some really good analogies and he makes some good faces here. Let me see if I can get him. Hold on a second.
Sure.
Telling me about this freedom thing in network marketing, and all I'm doing is spinning you. So you finally just say, I got to have more than just Jennifer. I'm bored with Jennifer. So what's your name, sir? Billy. So I go get Billy. Billy, oh, finally a guy. I just had this girl in my group. I need to have some testosterone around here. Maybe that'll help. I get Billy up on the stick. Billy's going. I got Jennifer, Billy, Jennifer, Billy, Jennifer, Billy. Call him up in the morning. How's it going? Text him. How's it going? Spinning back and forth, right? And then I get the third one. Then I get the fourth one. I get the fifth one. I just did it because I decided I had to. You ever get one that spins hardly at all? You put them on a stick, you spin them, and they go, You know what I mean? It's like, come on. Did I miss? Nope. They're like...
So that's really interesting how that analogy works, is so spot on, because really what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to understand what is it that makes some people just get up and go. They're like spark plugs. They're just ready. They're on fire. They have this energy. And a lot of times I used to hear, and I don't know if you've heard this before, Suzanne, where people say, people do what you do, not what you say. Like it's like parents. that are telling their kids not to do this or not to do that, but they're doing the exact same things. And so kids have this saying that says, what you do speaks so loudly, what you say I cannot hear.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Yep.
we could,
That's when mentoring comes in.
yeah, and we could say the same thing in network marketing almost, because in a sense, when we bring people into this network marketing organization, team, family, it's like people look at us, and if we are working, if we're ethical, and we're showing people, look at this is what I'm doing, and you can do the same thing. Okay, like here's a question from Cindy. Cindy says, I need help in motivating my downline. Okay, well, that's a great question, Cindy. And don't feel like you're alone because we see that a lot. What's your experience, Suzanne, with what Cindy's going through?
Yeah, it's like those spinning plates. It kind of squeak to a halt or go in reverse. I find sometimes the inner motivation is key, and knowing if you have a really good product, a good support system, and a good attack, you're able to make those people higher than what they can imagine. There's something to paint the picture a little bit for them, and by duplicating something that was really giving you results and you in the game is a real way of those people go from stalled to whirling off in performance. So I'd say find an amazing mentor, somebody who can take you by the hand, lead you to the level of degree that you require, because everyone's different. We're all like little snowflakes, right, Joe?
Right.
And find somebody who doesn't just talk the talk, but they walk the walk, and they are able to help support you. And Joe has actually supported me quite nicely. We're still, bouncing things off back and forth, and it's good to be able to share and learn new concepts. But the concepts have to be able to be translated from the paper or from the video, and then into real life practice. So, maybe, try a few of those things.
That's so true. And so many are really wanting to get results. The traditional way, and again, I bring up 2020 because you have to understand that today we have so many of the luxuries, the conveniences, the technologies that really can automate some of the stuff that we didn't have like 15, 20 years ago. So just having a phone, just having a mobile device that can be like a miniature computer, you have everything that you can do on your laptop right in the palm of your hand, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm using right now is my phone.
Right. And so the reason I bring this up is because I remember when I was starting in network marketing, and probably others who can relate, if you grew up in the 60s and 70s, I know it's like 100 years, but I know, right? It's like, no, there weren't, I think there was gas powered cars in those days, right? I'm just kidding, but it's so crazy because I look at my son, like, especially for those of us that have kids, that are teenagers, and they're doing stuff on their devices, mobile devices, and they have all these apps and games and whatnot. But back in the day, when you were in a company that was a network marketing company, you had to physically pick up the phone and call somebody and say, "Hey, Suzanne, how's it going? This is Joe. I was just checking in on you, seeing how you're doing. See if you're fogging a mirror these days." And then, so the question that we had back in the day was, sometimes it would be like, hey, I wanted to get your opinion about something, which I know a lot of people used. And then the other one was, I had a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If I could ask, the question, the way we asked it back then was, so Suzanne, I wanted to ask you, so if the money was right and it could fit into your time schedule, would you be open to taking a look at an opportunity? It's either going to be a yes or no question, right? But you had to physically ask somebody that question. Whether you picked up the phone, like, you made a list of all your friends and family, you picked up the phone, had a little
Right.
small talk. But these are people that you already had some kind of a relationship with, work relationship, church relationship, family, biological relationship, whatever. It's no different today in that people do business with people they know, like, and trust. However, because network marketing's gone through, different stages and phases and has really evolved into something a little bit unique now, that we can use social media. And social media has taken the friends and family and making the list. Really, it's made it like you don't need to do that. In fact, I tell everybody on my team, I recommend do not make a list of friends and family. Do,
Yeah.
what's your
Yeah.
thought on that?
You'll scare the heck out of everybody that you know. You'll come into a party and they'll go the other way, even if you have only, mentioned, one aspect of what you're doing. They are very good at sniffing out things that, they don't understand. And, you really don't want any type of direct sales or in network marketing to have a negative impact on your social life. Yeah, that's a big no-no. But of course, that's pretty much all of the approaches are based in promoting, making the list, promoting to your friends. And I'll tell you, um, it's a real hard sell to promote to your friends and family because they see you as one aspect. They don't see you as an authority. And it's kind of funny. It's like a stranger will see you more in an authority than the people that you know, love, and trust. So that's when you can really spin your wheels in the wrong direction. You're better off to reach out in social media, create your own little tribe, create your culture, and then fly.
It's so true. It's not like you are in a blue collar business where you could be a carpenter or a plumber or electrician, and somebody in one of your family members, has an issue. Hey, my toilet doesn't flush, or, my electrical
Mhm.
circuit breakers need fixing, something like that. And they know that that's what you do. And they call you up, and sometimes, they expect you to do it for free, not understanding that
Yeah.
that's your job. Sometimes you work for a company, which sometimes people are better off working for somebody else in that scenario, because then you're going to be like, hey, I'm a plumber, I'm an electrician, but I work for somebody else, so I can,
Yeah.
we can come in, I can help you, but they bill you, they're going to bill you, they expect to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
But now the way what you just said is really spot on, because it makes us have the relationship is based on familial, if it's people that you work with or people that you have worked with or people that, so what is interesting is we want to find people that are like-minded, that are like us, or that are
Mm-hmm.
looking for what we might have. Whatever your product or service is, wouldn't it be great if you could just find people that already are interested in what you have? Just as an example, let's say that we're all over 40 here. Now, one of the things that we could automatically assume is that, hey, we're all over 40, so that's a common interest because we're all over 40. So
Right. Right.
we've lived long enough to know that we can relate on a lot of common things because of our age, right? So age is a factor in
Mm-hmm.
commonality. So that is what you start to piggyback on. Then you build in other things. You find, hey, so you're interested in fitness. Okay, so health is related to fitness because you want to eat right, you want to exercise, and that's all tied into maintaining good health. Okay, so now you're over 40, you have health and fitness common, and then you can get into more detailed common things like what type of movies, travel. I use this FORM form as a
Oh
standard,
yeah.
right? So we talk about
Yeah.
their family, talk about occupation, talk about what they like for recreation, and then what gets them motivated, things that are motivational, right? So that's where you get the form, FORM. That is part of what I found that really makes a difference when you're looking to create a following or duplication, because everybody can do this. This isn't something that is only, for the elite or for the articulate or for, like blue collar, white collar, college educated, non-college educated. There's no, everybody's on an even plane here. And that's what's so beautiful about today is we all have access to the same stuff. Like right now, anybody can
Yeah.
join Facebook, right? Anybody can join
Yes.
Facebook because it's free. Anybody can have a Facebook account, right? Not everybody, in fact, the majority will not know how to use Facebook to do to use it, say, for network marketing or in creating duplication. But
Right.
everybody can. Will everybody use it? No, but can everybody learn to use it? Absolutely. I think that's part of where this sorting and filtering that Eric Worre was talking about. Like we have a product, just as an example. We're not talking about the product, we're not talking about the company, but we'll just say that we have a product that really can work for anybody that is alive, that anybody that's breathing. It works for
Anyone over
animals.
the age of 15.
Yeah, that's great. And that applies to animals also, right? So here's the
Yes.
amazing thing.
Yeah.
We have a product that can benefit animals and humans. So it's pretty much everybody on the planet, right? Everybody on
Well, you
that's
either have
alive.
your own, yeah, you either have your own babies, or you're a baby of somebody else, or you have a fur baby. And I'll tell you, my experience with people who have fur babies, they are unbelievably zeroed in on the health and wellness of their horses or their cats or their dogs. And
Yeah,
sometimes even more invested in them than they are on their two-legged babies.
yeah, for sure,
So yeah,
for
it's
sure.
fascinating. Human
It is.
behavior is very fascinating.
But nonetheless, even with such a product that can benefit pretty much all of animals and humans, you still will have people that will just say, I'm good, I'm good, because of the delivery, how it's delivered to people, and people don't like to
Oh,
be
yeah.
sold to, right? And so
No.
the art of duplication, and I call it an art because it can be learned. It's like a skill. The more you do
Hmm.
something, the better you get at it. You're going
Yeah.
to be like an artist. So it's like
Hmm.
I'm a musician. When I first learned how to play my instrument, I sucked at it because I was just while I was learning. I didn't know what to do or what this did and whatnot until I started to practice, and I had a mentor. I had somebody that I could follow who was teaching me some really awesome things. This business, network marketing, you must, because you brought up a great point, Suzanne, you must have a mentor to succeed. There's no two ways about it. If you are too prideful to get a mentor,
Hmm.
to raise your hand and say, I need help, I need help.
Hmm.
And the help isn't free, just like your car needs fuel, and the fuel isn't free. You want to get from point A to point
No.
B, you got to put fuel in your
Well,
car.
yeah, see, it comes down to value of service, right? So I have spent thousands of dollars on learning systems and approaches, which are fantastic, but taking them from the deliverance system as to how it was proposed to me, and then moving forward in more of the detail on what to say, when to say, and the rollout of it. And if you're not savvy and it's not something you haven't gone to school for, do not fall into the into the pit of, oh yeah, in like 5 minutes you can make $1,000 every minute, and you just have to do 3 things. No, like, you got to be realistic, and you also have to have someone who is going to be patient and give you the opportunity to bring forward whatever your talents are, and then match them with whatever their talents are, so that you can create your own culture and create your own approach to being able to duplicate what is necessary, so you can come across as being authentic. But you have to start somewhere, and there's so many people that have they dream, right? So they have a vision, and then they have a passion, but if they don't put anything to real a test, like if they don't put it into action, it's just a dream. It doesn't go anywhere, and it has to be heart-centered. So that's why everything I do when I'm reaching out to people, even, I still, talk to people that I'm out in the public about, our products, but really has to come from a heart-centered space, and then it's yours. It's nobody
Yeah.
else's.
Yeah, that's so true. Here's a little snippet excerpt. Notice what Eric Worre says, and I like this piece that he says. If we can,
Yeah,
you can
go
turn
ahead.
up your,
Roll
if you
it.
can turn up your volume. Just listen to a little bit of this piece here that he says something really valuable.
I got to tell you, when I first started off in my career, it didn't work out for me the same way I heard about it in different studies. Here's what happened to me. Tell me if you've seen this training. Ready? Here's you. You've seen this one? Really? I thought I was the only one. And all you need to do, that's all you need to do, is bring in 5 people. Easy peasy. No problem. Bring in 5 people. Right? And what I found out is, if you make a decision, you can actually do that. Those of you who are watching at home, those of you who are watching here in the room, how many of you have done that? You've introduced 5 people into your business so far, or more. Okay, here's what I know about you. Most of you, at some point, just said, that's enough, I've had it, I'm going and getting 5. Right? It was just a decision. Say, I'm doing it. I'm sick of this. I'm going to make it happen. Either you got off to a quick start, or you wandered around for a while and said, enough with this, I'm going to go get 5. I'm not going home until I get 5. I'm not going to sleep on a mattress until I get 5. I'm not watching TV until I get 5. I'm getting 5. And it's really just a decision. Go to people, check this out. Here's what I got. You in or you out? Out, fine. Check this out. You see what I got? You in or you out? Fine. Right? Go to your best friend. You're getting in. Mom, you're signing up. What am I signing up for? Doesn't matter. I'll tell you later. Right? You make this decision. You go get these 5. And for me, it wasn't an easy process. I brought in some people right away, but they did nothing. They just laid there. You ever see those old vaudeville acts where they take a stick and they put a plate on the stick and they spin the plate on the stick? Have you ever seen that? That was what it was like. What's your name? Jennifer. I take Jennifer. I say, Jennifer, you want to do this with me? She said, yeah, that'd be amazing. Oh, fantastic. This is going to be unbelievable. I got to get my 5 because I saw my training. So I got the stick, put Jennifer on the stick, spin Jennifer. Go, Jennifer, go. Right? Jennifer's spinning. This is awesome. Now I have a downline. Have you seen Jennifer? You're so cute. She's going to take over the world. She's the best. Yes, you are. Showing pictures of my down. Have I shown you my downline? You got a little family, right? You're like a proud parent. And you're spinning Jennifer. Like, okay, she's spinning. Spin her again. You should be using the product.
So that's really not an exaggeration. I mean, that is
no.
so much of what Eric Worre is saying there has happened to probably everybody. And
Yeah.
one of the things that we want to find is we want to find that there's no like one thing that works for everybody, but because I have people constantly calling me and saying, oh, I want you to do this. You have to do this, lick envelopes, stamp up a bunch of stuff, mail all this stuff out, and you watch. That's, and I'm like thinking to myself, okay, like, is that duplication? How can that be duplication? Because people don't even want to have to spend.
It's like throwing darts at the wall. You don't know what you're going to be getting, and it's such an exercise of futility. It is a very good character building exercise, though. I'll give you that. But right. I think that's the only thing you're going to be netting, and you're going to be actually letting money. You might as well set fire to your money and your time, because time is money, right? So, I mean, you might as well make your time as effective as you can. And, those in principle, 25 years ago, it would have been very valid. I was introduced to lumpy mail. Have you heard of lumpy mail before?
Lumpy mail.
It's like you put in this very catchy letter, nice picture of yourself and palm trees and whatever it is, to inspire people to want to, find out more, a little hook. But how to get them to open up the letter. And you don't make a pink envelope or anything else like that. You put in something like a candy inside, so when they get their mail, and I don't even know if many people even go to mailboxes anymore, because I think half the time we get stuff emailed to us. But you get your product, and then they're sitting there squishing it around, wondering what's in there. And so their enticement of wondering what's in there, they open up, and they eat the candy, and they're supposed to read the paperwork. Well, my experience, I look for pens, and I rip the pen off. I throw the rest in the garbage. I don't even worry about anything else that I see. I'm terrible, but I don't have time. I mean, it's just been so overdone, and I think it's better off to much do it your way, have it targeted, right? Getting people who are interested in what is available for offering. And if it matches what their dreams are, usually people want to make money, so just not so ends meet, but to be able to take their family on trips, or, being able to be healthy enough to spend time with their grandkids or their kids, not being overwhelmed with life, and knowing that, maybe some money can be, taking the task of your housework being taken care of, or meal preparation, or going on that true family one-on-one vacation.
Yeah, I think that's really it. I think addressing our why we're doing something, the idea of getting involved in any kind of an entrepreneurial type of business, whether you have one income stream or two or multiple income streams, somebody's working a job, works 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and then wants to add a side hustle that can be something that's automated where they can earn an additional income. I mean, that's great. We live in a capitalistic society where people can, especially in North America or in the Americas, people can have the freedom to basically start a business, and from that business, they can basically leave a legacy to their kids, to their family. It depends on how successful that business is. But one of the things that a lot of people, and we're focused in on sort of this niche of networking, network marketing, or networking, how to create the idea of duplication, where you don't have to be a sales expert. You don't have to be the top salesperson. You don't even have to, really sell anything, because we have videos now. Everybody can share a video. In fact, I tell people, never talk about your product or your service, just share a video with them, because now we have YouTube. YouTube has replaced television, right? So you don't need a TV anymore. You just have your little smartphone, and everybody can watch a video on their smartphone, and it doesn't have to be that long. 2-3 minute video can be powerful enough so that people know exactly what it is that you're offering, and that can set up the next call or the next appointment or the next commitment to say, wow, I saw that video, tell me more. Or they may have some questions, you answer the questions. So part of what we're really wanting to do is train people's mindset to think differently. That's why it's called the art of duplication, because it isn't something that you may have to read a book, you may have to watch a video a few dozen times, but you know what? You will get it, because like Eric Worre was saying, like, get your 5 people, whatever your number is, if it's 5, if it's 10, the idea of teaching those people, let's say that you do go out and you get 5 people and only one is active, only one does anything. Well, you want to go out and get another 4, get another 5, because if 5 is your number, then you want to get 5 active in your business. And somebody said this once to me, and it took me a little bit to get it, but it was this. They asked me a question. They said, hey, Joe, what would you rather have if you could have 100% of your own efforts? You go out and you work 40, 50, 60 hours. That's 100% of your own efforts. Or would you rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people? And I thought about that, and I'm thinking, it's leverage, it's time freedom. So if I can get paid the same on having 1% or 5% or 10%, whatever that percentage is, of the efforts of 100 people doing work, then now I've just freed up a lot of my time. So instead of me having to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, which is what they call a JOB, a just over broke, a job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that doesn't free up any of your time to do the things you want. Now you can leverage that because you've taught 100 people to duplicate you. And that's where the art of duplication comes in, because the art of duplication really is time freedom. The goal is to teach people to do exactly what you're doing, and doing the simplest, easiest things. Today, I ask people, can you copy and paste? Can you take something, copy it, that's already done for you, and share that? Of course you can. It's a no-brainer, because there's no thought into, you don't have to memorize all these facts and details, and you don't have to be a walking encyclopedia, which some like to do because they have an ego. They have to be the person who answers all the questions. They have to be the person who sells. But that's not duplication, because most people cannot do that. Rather, what is it that most people can find that they can do? Sharing. They can copy. It's like when you were in school and somebody had all the answers, you just copy. They have all the right answers. All you got to do is copy. Here's my answers. Just copy what I'm doing. And that's what I put together, and that's what you and I are working on, is that we have a library of, even questions that are scripted out. What questions to ask to somebody who is a network marketer or an affiliate marketer, or somebody who is retired, or a baby boomer, or a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home dad, somebody who is, divorced or a college student, right? So every type of person, we have a series of questions already scripted out, already mapped out for you. So all you're doing is you're copying those questions and you're just using those questions to whoever it is that you're talking to. And then, as you were saying
Yep.
earlier, about the product in the company, excuse me, you already have videos that are done for us, right? For you, so that you're sharing. And that's really what makes any type of business today in 2020 successful, is because they're using and leveraging video. If you don't have a video, you're not playing in the game, and your competitors are going to have videos. And that's really one of the sad things. That's why we're doing this, because what we're doing now is visual, right? 78% of people on the earth are visual, right? So if we're stimulating visual, people are seeing, now this turns into a video. The platform that we're using, this is really cool. When we're finished and I hit end broadcast,
Yep.
that automatically uploads to YouTube. It automatically uploads to Facebook. I don't have to do anything. All we're doing
Yes.
is right? So how cool is this? We're talking right now in real time, right? Check this out.
Yep.
And now, once we are done speaking about whatever it is, we end it. The technology does the work. It does all the cool stuff. It just uploads it. Where does it upload it to? It uploads it to the web, to the World Wide Web, to the internet, where people can find whatever they want. There's so many people searching for different things. So
Yep.
I titled, right now, check this out. I titled this The Art of Duplication, right? So how mastering the art of duplication can make you wealthy. Now that's the title. When we're done, go on to Google and type in how mastering the art of duplication can make you wealthy, and watch what pops up on your search results page. And you will see this video will show up in the search result page. Go on
Nice.
Facebook, the same thing. And that's the power of how knowing the keywords. So as we make more of these, and that's one of the things, like you're actually learning how to use this platform, because we had spoke, and I wanted to show you and teach you. And the best way is to just get immersed, just jump in with both feet. Even if like you were saying, oh, I got to fix my hair, I got to fix this and that, and I'm like, you know what, reality TV, man, this is reality TV at its best.
This is shot raw.
Yeah, raw. And that's what reality TV is all about. That's what reality TV is all about. Cindy is out there. She has a question. Cindy says, I've done that with my customers while they are in my chair sharing videos. Most effective. Awesome, Cindy. That's great. And that's one of the things.
Well done, Cindy.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's really awesome. And that's one of the things that we want to tell people is, as you learn and as you get results, you continue to do what works, right? And that's part of why we're showing this, because we're only showing you things that work, that are proven, that will get results. Some people might have results doing things a little bit differently, and that's great. And you continue to do what's working for you. What we're looking to do is to teach the masses something that's massively duplicatable, that the masses can benefit in sharing and in duplicating. And that's really why we do these. I guess we're going to have to wrap pretty much in about a minute or so.
Look at that.
So
time flies.
Yeah, it does. So what I wanted to say is, now tell us a little bit. You don't have to, say the name or anything, but you are going off to an event where you're going to meet a lot of people this coming weekend that all have something in common.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's going to be an exciting event. And we are going to use this platform. So for anybody that wants to, Suzanne is going to be basically like working like a journalist, who's going to be there. She's also going to be there because that's her business and her company, but she's also going to be, I guess we're gonna explore doing this live, just like we're doing now.
Yeah.
And
Doing
maybe
some live things.
doing some interviews, and maybe, seeing what we can get. So for your team that is unable to make it to that event, you might let them know, and I will make we'll schedule and make a link available for everybody. In fact, that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. And we'll create this link so that we can share it with those that are unable to make it to that event. How does that sound?
Sounds great. And I am just so pumped with everything that's going to be happening with this live event. And there's going to be so many different like new studies and presenters. And I'm thinking numbers wise, there's going to be about 400 people there. Lots of people to meet and greet, lots of people to establish your sidelines, bounce information off. And my goal is I want to learn and share with other people what their successes are, and get them broadcast, get them shared.
I love it.
So you actually feel like maybe you went to the event.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that really, with technology, we can have that. So that's great. Thank you so much, Suzanne, for taking the time.
Oh, you're welcome.
Out of your schedule, and it's time. I think it's lunchtime for both of us. So I think my body is saying that I need to feed it a little bit. So I'm going to get some protein in there. Good.
And
we will. Yeah. So we will keep in touch afterwards.
We will.
And everybody out there in Netland and the internet world, thanks for watching. And this again will be available if you want to share this link. It will be on Facebook and as well on YouTube. And I will send you a link as well, Suzanne. So great.
Sounds awesome. Great. Thank you for everyone that comes and anyone else who is going to show up later after. So, okay, I'll talk with you later.
Talk with you later. Have a great day. Thanks.
You too. Have a great day too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.